Hello and welcome to episode 36 of my informative playthrough of Pathfinder Kingmaker. And I'm just going to explain why Jubilost is so good. That was since we've just picked him up in this location, a ford across the Skunk River. So let's just have a look and see what he comes with, first of all. So he's got a great stat outlay for an alchemist. Basically the most important point is there's really high intelligence and a reasonable dexterity. He comes equipped with a heavy crossbow +1 and leather armor +1. Nothing particularly special. The main thing though is, as an alchemist, let's bring up his class. He is a 3/4 bab character whose main feature is he throws bombs, and these bombs level up every odd level to do an extra 1d6 damage. So up here we're doing 10d6 damage, and not only do they do a lot of damage, but they also target touch AC. So just a reminder, touch AC here, which is if something only needs to touch a character rather than penetrate through whatever armor they might be wearing. So touch AC ignores a lot of armor, since you just need to touch the outside of the physical armor in order to beat touch AC. So a 3/4 bab class whose main feature is that they target touch AC is incredibly powerful, because that's a lot of attack bonus against a very low AC. Just to have a look and see what else he gets, because on top of that, alchemists are also level 6 spellcasters, so he gets a nice spellbook here as well, which will go up to level 6 and it's an alchemist spellbook. It gets alchemist spells, so you can see spells like Bomber's Eye and Targeted Bomb Admixture. These are unique to alchemists. Let's just see. He comes at level 5 already, although because we're level 6 he gains XP up to the same level as we are. So he comes with point blank shot, he comes with precise shot, which work for bombs. They're essential if you want to make an alchemist who is hitting. He also gets this alchemist feat, this +1 circumstance bonus on attack rolls with thrown splash weapon. So he's already got that +1 bonus on top of that. He also comes with ability focused bombs, because a lot of bombs make a DC check, such as if we bring up here for splash damage, enemies make a reflex check save, and the DC is related to that. So we're getting a +2 on that DC, and we get additional types of bombs. It's quite complicated, but we get additional types of bombs that will have additional effects, which also require a DC check for those abilities to occur. And this is based on intelligence. Alchemists are an intelligence-based caster, and we kind of lack anyone with any smarts. So I think Lindsay is our smartest, and she only comes in at 14 int. So it's nice to have Jubilost here. So he comes with 2. These are his bomb alchemist discoveries here. So he comes with precise bombs, which is really handy if you're making an alchemist. Don't forget to take this one. It means we can throw these AoE bombs and they don't affect friendlies, which is great. And he also comes with acid bombs, which is designed to make him very useful with our troll trouble. He's effectively spec'd for helping out in this act. And so we're going to go ahead and level him up. He's going to go up straight up to 20 as an alchemist, and we get a discovery at this level. And discoveries are level gated, so certain discoveries we won't be able to take until later levels, and there's far more than we could possibly take. But there's one essential discovery, which is the one that doesn't get an icon here, which is this one called Infusion. And Infusion, because the alchemist spellbook is, essentially alchemical concoctions, the idea is that only the alchemist can drink their concoctions, except there is a discovery called Infusion, which allows you to basically, pass a potion to someone else, pass one of your infusions, your alchemical drinks to someone else, so that you can share it with them. And that works for every spell in the alchemist's spellbook, including spells which are normally personal only. So the most notable ones would be the shield spell, which is normally personal only, +4 shield bonus to AC, and the true strike, which is normally personal only, and it's an interesting tactic on unfair. If you want to hit something with, say, a ranged character, you have the ranged character firing, and you have the alchemist infusing them with true strike every round to give them +20 to hit, which works. The other option is, since the alchemist bombs target touch AC anyway, you're going to be hitting really well anyway. They should have no trouble at all hitting very regularly on challenging. So we're going to take Infusion, and this early on, the number one thing this means is we can infuse our pet with shield, so they get a floating shield, giving them more AC. The point layout for skills for Jubilost is fine. It's nice to have a second trickery specialist in the party, because for when Lindsay messes up those tricky unlocks. And there's for this run, and for me personally, I don't see any need to diverge from the outlay as it's set out. We also get some spells, and I've gone before this video. I gone and learnt whichever scrolls I had in my inventory that Jubilost could learn, which was things like Eagle Splendor and these three here, and Freedom of Movement. Of course, alchemists can cast haste, so if you're lacking a spellcaster and you want haste, you can bring Jubilost along, who can sort that out. But he's got Eagle Splendor. I found a scroll for that. This is a great spell because it can boost our DC for our main character by 2. We're going to take, since alchemists, as I've been alluding to, they learn from scrolls. So these choices are less important than they might be for a sorcerer, obviously, because we can just pick up most of these spells via purchasing. But I'm going to pick Fox's Cunning, because Jubilost can then buff himself to both increase his damage with bombs, which scales off your intelligence modifier, and also the DC of his bombs as well, until we can pick up a circlet that's going to be boosting his intelligence by +4 or more. And that's it for Jubilost. We're going to try him out in combat, and I'm going to attempt to show off quite how great alchemists are. So let's complete that. So we are going to encounter a scripted event here. There we go. Always in the same place. And this is someone that's being attacked by trolls. And this is actually quite a tricky encounter because of who gets targeted.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
So, interestingly, so you can see this troll always goes for the main character, it seems. So, we need to be a little bit careful, yeah? Without being, too silly, because there's no need for over
This will hurt.
worrying. The main thing is we're just going to send them to sleep. But Jubilost here, as an alchemist, they also get mutagen. This provides alchemical bonuses to stats. and alchemical bonuses stack with, say, like the enchantment bonuses of Cat's Grace. So this is an enchantment bonus, this is an alchemical bonus, and alchemists, specifically like vivisectionists, are a popular dip because what do you call it? Alchemical bonuses are very rare, and you basically need to take alchemist levels to get them. Anyway, have we got? There we go. Hang about. Come on, buddy.
You should have run.
Strike is won.
Go to sleep and get hit by acid.
Clever ploy.
Ooh. Dead before I could even get the spell off. But don't worry, we've got another one coming. Who are they attacking? The cat. This is a branded troll. Yes. Whenever I hear the term branded troll, I kind of just think like branded branded clothes. There we go. Off you get to sleep. Everyone else can just throw bombs. Is this the right option? Yeah, well, let's just
Stand down.
conserve our resources
Primitive.
and just acid.
Strike.
There we go. We're going to take down this one. You can turn off. And so what we've got is Dalton here, who's throwing an acid flask, and his retainer, his merchant's guard, who doesn't look like they're having a very nice time.
You offend me.
But we might be able to save them. We might not. Yeah. Easy peasy, because Valerie is dealing silly damage. Apparently, it's quite hard to get her to do decent damage. But I've been reading complaints online from 2018 about people's issues with Valerie. Anyway, Dalton is an elderly half-elf. He's kind of dressed like an alchemist himself. He appears to be both a seasoned traveler and a seasoned trader and a seasoned fighter. Ooh, cool! Right, lots of seasoning. And we get this nice little comment that he's meant to say in combat. But yeah, damn trolls! Almost died from the stink alone. Yes, and just in case you hadn't noticed, some of these trolls, specifically the glowing red ones, are fine with fire. And yeah, your timely rescue. I like this. Whoever rules these lands gives little care to its safety. Formerly safe trade routes are given over to trolls and not a guard to be seen. Where are my manners? Etc. 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 Who are you? Yeah, hi. I'm the Baroness. I rule these lands. But don't worry, I'll do what I can. Yes, yeah, he rose back a little bit, but not too far. Trolls have attacked. So I think with future events, it's worth bearing in mind that these trolls are incredibly destructive. They are rampaging throughout the South Nile marches. They're attacking villages. It's like Keston said. They're raiding. They're setting fire to people's houses. They're kidnapping people and maybe like eating them afterwards. They're terrible. So yes, and he indicates that we might want to go see a mage who lives nearby, and we've already met a mage who lives nearby, Bartholomew, Delgado, yeah, and yes, he might be able to help us. So tell us more, and he just mentions that Bartholomew is really nice, but there's something odd about him. He lives in the middle of the woods. His house is surrounded by traps. No bandits or trolls scare him. So he's a bit weird, as we've kind of picked up. The way he looks at you is like he's examining you. Like he's considering to crack you open to see... Like he's considering to crack you open to see what's inside. Grammatically odd, but I'll take it. Anyway, I can see you're an experienced trader. Would you consider operating exclusively in my barony? And, yes, he says no, but we have an opportunity to convince him, and this is a guaranteed success. We can either bully him or be nice, and we're going to be nice. So why don't you come to the capital? And yeah, he quite liked the sad ideas. So we can ask him for a little bit of background. Sorry, a little bit about what others think of Shrike Hill's barony, and relates it to Myvon, and he doesn't he doesn't have all that much to say. He just gives a bit of backstory to Myvon and there as a fork from the Eldori Sword Lords. Anyway, any other dangers on the road? This is very important to ask, because this is part of Amiri's, the second part of her quest. This Hodag. We've been searching for rumours, apparently, for fierce creatures for Amiri to fight, and we need, if we don't ask this, we kind of miss out on this opportunity. So it's good that we've that I've remembered to ask him about that. But we gain this Hodag lair on our map. We fought Hodags back in a bridge over the Gudrun River. They weren't so bad. Yes. Anyway, good fortune to you. Gives us a bit of cash, some ineffectively weak potions for this part of the game, and off we go. Let's just steal everything he's got before we leave. So this is a book about cult. Yep. We'll take your rice and milk. Maybe make a rice pudding. We'll take your butter and flour. Maybe make some cakes. And off we go. There is a tree that has fallen. Oh dear. Back to the barony, buddy.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Grab all their stuff. And off we go to go see Bartholomew, who's going to help us out with our troll trouble. So you saw there Jubilost throwing acid potions. They're very nice. So here we go. And having already cleared this area, we can just whiz straight to Bartholomew, hopefully not setting off any traps on the way that I missed in the couple of videos back, 3 videos back maybe. I lose track. And that is quite a long loading time. But, so we're just going to come up here, and we can just watch them beetle along. And if we hear a loud bang, it's because they blew something up. So it will. When we rest, I'll try and remember to ditch these cure light wounds. Like you'll notice that I'm really low on healing. Like my characters are not getting hit very much, and I just put that down to my play style. So
Yes.
harem is enough. We're healing the cat by converting spells to healing, but his pitiful 3 channels based on his low charisma and some spontaneous healing spells is enough. We don't need Jubilost to have 3 cure light wounds. So, hi Bartholomew Delago. Do you have anything for sale? Let's sell some rubbish. There we go. And we can sell that Sai as well. Or is it a Say? I don't know how you say it. Anyway. Sell some cooking books. And that should be everything. 1,000 gold. Not bad. But we've come here for one particular reason. Do you know anything about the local trolls who are resistant to fire? And I've never heard anything like it. If this is true, I'll have to revise my defenses. Yes, you creepy weirdo, Bartholomew. Anyway, a troll was caught in one of my fire traps and it was unharmed. I suggested a chance to explore its corpse would better equip me to answer your questions. I humbly request your protection. Please follow me. So we can actually buff up if we want. It's not worth it.
I don't tolerate
We're not scared of one branded troll. Not when we can just turn it into
Will they ever learn?
acid and hideous laughter. Who's he attacking? Kitty. Yeah. Game over. There we go. You might be wondering why, if you haven't watched earlier videos, you might be wondering why every time I cast hideous laughter, it's successful, and the reason for that is we're casting with a DC of 23, which is ridiculously high. So it doesn't always work, but most of the time it works, and that's because of Alice is both a Fey bloodline sorceress and a Spite Spawn tiefling, and has spell focus and great spell focus enchantment, meaning lots of bonuses to DC, and she's wearing a mesmerizing necklace, which is a pre-order bonus for the game. So all of that combined means you can turn. Don't waste your potions, buddy. You can shoot it, and you do see them succeed and get up sometimes.
Your time is over.
Should probably try and hit that. Right. Just end it. There we go. At least they're still vulnerable to steel and acid. Now let's look into why this creature lost its respect for fire. So he references the brand, and I've pointed out the brands in a previous video. On their shoulder they've got a hammer. Branded into them a symbol of a blacksmith's hammer encircled by thorn-studded vines. Whatever that is, that's the reason its flesh didn't burn. And another good reason to bring Harem along. We get his recognition that this is the hammer of Torak, the god he hates. I don't know why his hammer is decorated with thorns, but it suits the treacherous god well. So there's something worth paying attention to here. This isn't just Torak's hammer, but it's got this wreath of thorns around it, and that's related, or one might extrapolate that was related to things that were more attuned to plants. So he wants to study it, and he tells us to go to his laboratory, which is his enormous locked barn, as I think I alluded to in a previous video. Like there's what goes on in the big locked barn. We're about to find out. So up we come up here. And in we go. There's some cool stuff in here now. We've got the key. Including there's some braces of archery, which are super duper. So like the lesser braces of archery allow you to
letting the ink dry.
use a bow on characters who can't normally
shine.
use it. So let's just have a look in the secret room. Steal all his stuff. Come on, Lindsay. Forgot about that. Come on, Lindsay. You can open
Applause,
it.
please.
Oddly, everybody failed their perception check there. To spot it, because that should have popped up. No matter. This is what we're looking for. Braces of archery. +2 competence bonus on attack rolls, and +1 competence bonus on damage roll, and then empower the wearer to use any bow. And we get a cloak for Jubilost. So we're actually going to give these to someone else, so there's no need to apply them at the moment. Harem, maybe you can repair some of the damage I accidentally did to the whole party by failing to spot a a trap.
I'll share my
So, I should just say, like there's something weird in here, isn't there? Like, this is a cellar. We've got cells. We've got enormous manacles. We've got burning things and tongs. It's all quite unpleasant. Serrated knives, stained needles, manacles with shells with flask vials, and chemicals. So before we look down here, just come into this room and steal everything he's got. Shambolitas here. Yes, we'll take them. We can find out a bit more about what's going on by reading his diary. So on the front, he's got B for Bartholomew and I and I. And I'm not going to read all this out, but the summary is that he has been experimenting on trolls, and he has been experimenting rather horribly on them. Specifically with their regenerative capacities. He doesn't like trolls. He considers them, fit only for his vivisectionist experiments. And this is his aim, to become I, invulnerable and invincible. And he refers to his troll as Dimwit. So, we'll sell that back to you later, buddy. And you can see here, his troll hand severed. And just pick up Temple of Roses. And I can't remember what's in this one, but we'll take it too. Token of the Dryad. Very nice. So, we can have a little look here, and we see Dimwit the Troll. Get a bit closer. Yes. He refers to us as Borba. Borba. Yeah, so, not in a good way, this troll. Anyway. And he wants us to put him out of his misery. And in comes our creepy mage. So no more voicing. So he's discovered why they're immune to fire, and what do you know? It's because they've got a spell of fire protection on them, applied via some sort of hammer brand. And as in it was stamped via some artifact. Be possible to make trolls fire resistant in massive numbers. And yes, it's quite dangerous because it implies that there's some greater intelligence operating behind the scenes. And you can extrapolate here that we've met Tartuk and we've heard from Keston that trolls and kobolds are being seen together. So there might be some link there. So, and if that's the case, the list of potential targets for a force that formidable is a short one. Anyway, I promise you a reward. He asks us to accept some acid ones, and he only gives us one. That's just disappointing. Yeah. Anyway, first explain to me why this troll is in your cage. And this is his scientific endeavour to investigate their regenerative capabilities, and he makes the classic argument for testing things for human advancement, I suppose, except he's doing it on a troll rather than a non-sentient animal, although in the Galarian setting one's opinions on trolls' sentience can vary. And he's most concerned to assure us that he purchased this troll legally rather than poached it. And Valerie says something stupid here because I'm the Baroness, I get to make the rules. But yes, is not very smart. If you want to tell him to release the troll, best not to bring Valerie here, or you'll annoy her. What she can't see doesn't matter. So basically, we can. It's like, again, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because lawful neutral, this is a disgusting practice, but it doesn't violate any laws. I can't forbid you to continue your experiment. It's like you know, we make the laws here. We can say that it is illegal in Shrike Hills to do experiments on trolls. But I have reasons for not wanting to piss off Bartholomew, and we're willing to take the less honourable path here. Basically saying, yeah, well, you know, we'll just leave you to it. I don't care about the nature of your experiments, so long as no harm comes to my subjects. Alice doesn't particularly like trolls. I think that's how I'll put it down. And her whimsical nature. He's strongly against trolls. They're a plague and their numbers need to be thinned. Anyway, carry on, buddy. We'll just pretend we never saw this. You may continue your experiments. Anyway, let's hope we don't regret this. So we found out the mystery of the trolls. I like this. What a surprise. The wizard turned out to be a creepy lunatic. let's bring that up. It's I can't remember where it's going to be located. Anyway, that's not going to faff around to Lindsay's voice there. So, let's just sell his rubbish back to him. Here you go. We'll sell you one copy of your own diary. He doesn't actually give us any money for it, but yeah, there you go. Hang on to that, buddy. You'll need it. There's nothing else we need from him here. So I believe I'm going to call the video a stop there. We've done this rather unpleasant Bartholomew quest. We can immediately ask him. This is the last thing. We can immediately ask him, "How's the research going?" He's like, "Yes," and we get the option to tell him to stop. And so, should we change our mind about the unsavory nature of his research, we can. Anyway, I think that's enough for this video. We've covered a couple of things, and we've uncovered the mystery, or half the mystery, of the branded trolls. The idea being someone is branding them and giving them fire resistance. Anyway, see you in the next video.